I command you to listen to this right now, because someone you love needs to be covered with intercession, care, and stronger trust than ever before. My beloved child, do not let your heart run scattered after the noises of fear. And do not quickly close this moment as though it were only a passing reminder. I am calling you to stop, not to sow confusion, but to place within your heart a holy awareness. There are moments in life when love is not only expressed through tears or worry, but through rising up in faith, through hands that know how to support, through persistent prayer, and through the wisdom to seek every necessary form of care for the one who is weary. What you are about to receive is not a burden meant to make you collapse, but an invitation for you to step into the role of an intercessor, a keeper of light, one who does not give up when darkness tries to cover the family. This moment has not come to you by accident. I have seen your eyes drift into the distance many times when you thought of that loved one. I have heard the sighs you hid in silence. I know the uneasiness that has tried to sit beside you whenever you heard bad news, whenever you saw their body growing tired, whenever you sensed that the life within them seemed to weaken day by day. But I say to you, fear has no right to become the master of your heart. You may worry because you love. You may shed tears because your heart is tender, but you must not allow despair to write the final sentence over this circumstance. I am drawing near to you in that very place of trembling, to remind you that my love is not absent from the sick room, not absent beside the bed, not absent in the long nights when the whole house is quiet and every heart feels heavy. That loved one is carrying a battle deeper than what ordinary eyes can easily recognize. It is not only outward weariness, but also an inward exhaustion, moments of weakness, and the fragile feeling that comes when a person faces pain and uncertainty. I see them. I do not only see the symptoms, not only the numbers, the results, the diagnoses, or the days of treatment. I see their whole being in my love. I see the things they have not spoken, the fears they try to hide so others will worry less, the times they try to appear strong though inside they are already far too tired. And I also see you, the one standing beside them with a heart that is both hopeful and trembling. Therefore, I place this word within you so you will know that love is not powerless. Prayer is not meaningless. Your presence is not small. And timely care, patient companionship, and seeking the help that is needed are also streams I can use to support life. Remain in my peace, my beloved child, but do not remain passive. Prayer is not turning away from what must be done. Prayer is allowing your heart to become clear, your steps to be guided, your words to become gentle, and your decisions not to be driven by panic. When you intercede for that person, pray with all your love, but also act with wisdom. Care for them in concrete ways. Encourage them to receive the care they need. Ask, listen, support, arrange, accompany, and when necessary, seek the hands that are able to help in this situation. I do not consider wisdom a lack of faith. I give wisdom so that your faith may have feet, so that your compassion may take shape, and so that your love may become a true refuge for the one in need. Do not blame yourself for the times when you have felt tired. I know that the journey of caring for the sick does not only wound the one who is ill, but also tests those who love them. There are nights when you want to be strong, yet feel your heart breaking open. There are days when you smile in front of others, but when you turn away, tears seem ready to overflow. I do not condemn you for those moments. I come to embrace your fragility, to remind you that you do not have to carry everything alone. Place your worries before me little by little. Do not try to pretend you are not afraid. Bring even your fear to me, so I may turn it into awareness, tenderness, and courage. You do not need to know every answer. You only need to hold my hand today. And tomorrow I will continue to lead you one more step. In your home, I want to sow again an atmosphere of hope. Not a noisy hope that denies reality, but a gentle hope that stands firm even when the situation remains difficult to understand. Let the words spoken in your home be pure. Do not let desperate sentences fly around the weary one like arrows. Speak with life. Remind them that they are loved. Let them know they have not been left alone. Let your hand, when it touches them, carry comfort. Let your eyes give them the feeling of being protected. Let your prayer not become a cry of panic, but a stream of peace flowing through every room, every hour, every heavy breath, and every silence your family must pass through. I am placing in your heart an intercession, not so you will treat it like a mechanical ritual, but as a meeting between your love and my mercy. Pray that my peace will cover that person from the inside out. Pray that the places of pain and weakness will be supported. Pray that their spirit will be renewed, their heart comforted, their sleep softened, and the fear within them released. Pray that those who care for them will be given clarity, patience, and kindness. Pray that your family will not fall apart under pressure, but be joined together by deeper love. And as you pray, remember that I am not far away. I do not need you to use eloquent words for me to hear. A sincere sigh can still come before me. A tear shed in faith is not taken lightly by me. A weak but honest whisper can become the place where light begins to enter. My child, healing has paths that you do not always understand immediately. Sometimes I heal through a quick change that amazes the human heart. Sometimes I heal through time, through care, through perseverance, through each small step that yesterday you thought did not matter. Sometimes I heal an entire family by softening hearts that have long been dry, reconnecting bonds that had grown loose, and teaching everyone how to love one another in the fragility of life. Therefore, do not limit me according to the way you want everything to happen, but also do not stop asking for what is good. Believe that I can enter every depth of this circumstance, leaving no place untouched that needs to be touched, forgetting no one who is quietly suffering. So stand firm, my beloved child. Lift that loved one before me with faith, with love, with care, and with courage. Do not let fear cut off your prayer. Do not let weariness make you grow cold toward the one who needs your warmth. Do not let bad news cause you to forget that I am still the merciful Father, still present, still working in things your eyes have not yet seen. Say amen not as a forced word, but as a gentle agreement that you choose to trust me while still walking wisely. I am with you in this moment. I am with the one you love. I am in every prayer. Every act of care, every right decision, and every small ray of hope still burning in your heart. Hold on to that light, because even a small flame preserved by me can push back the darkness around you. I do not ask you to do anything beyond your strength. I only ask you to continue remaining in this presence and open your heart to receive what I am quietly pouring out upon you. Do not think that there must be some grand ritual, perfect words, or extraordinary strength for me to touch your family. No, my beloved child, I often begin the deepest things from a very small moment, a heart willing to listen, hands that stop gripping fear, eyes lifted in faith, a gentle breath saying, I still believe. It is in that simple place that I enter. It is in the midst of that silence that I place peace. It is at the point where you think you can do nothing more that I reveal. My power is not limited by your weariness. Therefore, stay here. Do not rush away in your mind. Do not let outside sounds pull you away from what I am sowing into your heart. I am giving you more than a passing comfort. I am placing within you a new assurance, a pure source of hope, and a faith that can stand firm even while your eyes have not yet seen the result. You have wondered many times whether I see what is happening in your home. I know the names you carry in your heart. I know the face of the person you are worried about. I know the nights you could not sleep because of troubling news, a lingering symptom, or a weakness that caused the whole family to sink into silence. I know there are times when you try to appear strong in front of others, but when you are alone, you quietly ask, is there still hope today? I draw near to you not to rebuke that question, but to place my loving hand upon your uneasiness and remind you the person you are thinking of is never beyond my reach. No matter how heavy the circumstance appears, no matter how much human words make you tremble, no matter how much the conclusions before you cause your heart to sink, I am still greater than everything threatening your peace. No sick room is too far for me to enter. No tear is too small for me to regard. No sigh is too quiet for me to hear. So instead of letting fear lead you from one thought to another, let your heart return to me in holy agreement. The agreement I am inviting you into is not a shallow act, nor an attempt to force yourself to believe while everything inside remains tangled. It is the act of placing your heart before me and saying, Father, I do not understand everything, but I choose to stand on the side of faith. I do not see the whole path, but I believe you are opening a way. I cannot control the circumstance, but I believe you are still holding the one I love. When your heart enters that agreement, something sacred begins to take shape in the depths of your life. Peace begins to replace panic. Hope begins to rise where disappointment once sat down. Tenderness begins to return to places that have been tightened by stress for too long. And even before you see outward change, I have already begun a work within you. So you no longer pray from the position of one who is afraid, but from the position of a child who knows their father is near. I will move in ways you have never seen, and you do not need to predict how I will do it. There are healings that come like the dawn, slowly spreading, gentle yet certain. There are restorations that come through small steps, through more peaceful days, through good signs that lift your heart. There are also deliverances that come suddenly, like a door springing open after a long time when you thought it had been locked. But no matter which way I choose, remember that I do not work in chaos. I am not delayed because I have forgotten you. I am not silent because I am distant from you. Many times, I am arranging what you cannot yet see, touching places you cannot touch, softening hearts, opening paths, illuminating decisions, and covering every detail with support. Your role is not to carry my part. Your role is to stand firm in faith. Keep your heart from being swept away by voices that make you anxious, and become a stream of peace through which my love can pass and touch those you cherish. Understand this, my beloved child. When you choose to believe, you are not only changing the atmosphere within yourself, you are also bringing a new gentleness into your home. The one who is suffering does not only need the right words, they need to feel that beside them there is still a source of peace that has not been overcome. They need to see in your eyes a hope that is not loud but enduring. They need to hear in your voice support, not panic. They need to be covered by love, by sincere prayer, by patient presence, and by small gestures filled with care. I can use your calmness as a lamp in a dark room. I can use your encouragement as cool water for one who is dry. I can use your presence as a bridge for my grace to enter the places covered by weariness, anxiety, and pain. Do not underestimate your role. You are not the source of power, but you can be the place through which that power flows when you place your heart in my hands. Therefore, I am calling you to stand firm in that agreement. Not in tension, but in surrender. Do not doubt simply because today you have not seen everything change. Do not hesitate simply because the words around you are still heavy. Do not be distracted by dark imaginations about tomorrow. Tomorrow belongs to me. And today, I give you enough grace to stand firm. Pray with a pure heart. Speak words of life instead of words of despair. Sow peace into the space of your family. Touch the one you love with gentleness. Listen to them with patience. And lift them up with a faith that does not show off. If you need a small action to mark your agreement, do it sincerely, as a sign that you choose to stand on the side of hope. Choose to open your heart to healing, and choose not to let fear have the final voice in your home. I do not look first at the outward form. I look at the truth inside your heart. And when your heart turns toward me, I will meet you there. The person you are thinking of right now is still within the care of my arms. No weakness can make me powerless. No diagnosis can confuse me. No circumstance can make me turn away. I am in every moment of their battle. Every breath they struggle to take. Every second when they need to be supported. I am also with you, the one standing silently beside them, carrying worry while still trying to love. Let me lift both of you. Let me enter your family not only as the one who has power, but as a father full of mercy, who knows how to heal even the wounds no one sees and the fears no one names. Trust me once more. Let your agreement become an open door for peace. Let your faith, even if it is small like a seed, be placed in my hands. From that seed, I can cause a season of restoration, a season of comfort, a season of healing, and a season that your whole family will one day remember and say, "He did not abandon them. He drew near, and he did all things in love." The Lord says, I command you to stop and listen right now, because someone in your family needs to be lifted up through prayer, through faith, and through the peace I am placing within your heart. Do not rush past these words as though they were only a sound that briefly came and vanished, because this moment did not appear before your eyes by chance. I led you here not to make you afraid, but to awaken within you a deeper faith, a gentler awareness, and a love that knows how to rise on behalf of the one it loves. There are times in your family when one person becomes weak, so the others may learn to hold one another's hands more tightly. There are times when worry appears not to crush you, but to remind you that I am still the one who is near, who hears, who sees, and who opens a path of healing through the light of mercy. I know the person you are thinking of in this moment. I know that face, that breath, the silent weariness, the days when the body feels drained, the restless nights, the eyes that try to appear strong so others will not worry. I also know how many times your heart has tightened when you thought of them. I know the questions you do not dare speak, the fear that slips into your mind whenever you imagine something bad. But my beloved child, I do not come to plant more darkness in your heart. I come to light the lamp of faith again. I come to remind you that sickness is not the final voice. Diagnosis is not the final door. And today's weakness has no right to decide all of tomorrow. I am still holding their breath in my merciful hand. And I am also holding your heart, so you will not be swept away by worry. Therefore, remain in the peace I am giving. Do not let your mind run scattered among 100 things that have not happened. Do not let your heart become exhausted from trying to carry the whole future on your small shoulders. I am not telling you to save anyone by yourself, nor am I placing upon you a burden beyond what you can bear. What I invite you to do is pray with trust, love with patience, care with gentleness, and stand firm in hope. Your prayer does not need to be long for me to hear it. A sincere call, a sentence spoken through tears, a moment when you place that loved one into my hands is enough for heaven to bend down. I am not distant from your sighs. I am closer than what you can feel, close within every trembling beat of your heart. Understand this, my child. Healing is not only a sudden event that your eyes can immediately see. Sometimes healing begins with a more peaceful night of sleep, an easier breath, a fear that feels less heavy, a hand being held, a word of encouragement arriving at the right time, a doctor being given clarity, a suitable treatment, a door of support opening, or a family learning to love one another more deeply in the midst of testing. I can act through a radiant miracle, but I can also act in things that are very small, very quiet, very ordinary, things you may easily overlook. Therefore, do not look for me only in the sound of thunder. Recognize me in the soft peace that is slowly settling over your heart. Your loved one is not outside my arms. No matter how much the situation worries you, no matter how heavy the words you hear may make your heart feel, I am still not limited by what human beings see. I am greater than the numbers, greater than the results, greater than exhaustion, greater than the days that seem to have no strength left. But while you believe in my power, you must also walk in wisdom. Love them through practical care, through seeking help at the right time, through listening to the counsel of those with knowledge, and through small actions filled with kindness. True faith does not make you indifferent. True faith makes you more alert, more courageous, and more gentle. I can use your prayer, but I can also use the hands of caregivers, the knowledge of those who treat, and the faithful presence of family to bring support. Now, I want you to release the fear that has been tightening inside your heart. You have carried it for too long. That fear has tried to tell you everything is slipping out of control. But I say that nothing is outside my sight. That fear has tried to make you believe you are powerless. But I say that even when you cannot change every circumstance, you can still become a source of peace for the one you love. When you enter their room with loving eyes, when you speak a gentle word, when you pray in silence, when you hold steady faith instead of letting despair lead the way, you are opening a space of light in a place once covered by darkness. Your presence, when filled with my love, can become a precious gift beyond what you realize. I do not demand perfect faith from you. I know there are times when your voice trembles. I know there are times when you pray while still afraid. I know there are times when you are able to believe a little, then waver again before new information. My child, I do not reject you because of that fragility. I embrace you within that very fragility. I do not need you to pretend to be strong before me. Come to me with all the truth within your heart. Tell me that you are afraid, that you are tired, that you do not know what to do. Then let me place within you a strength that is not loud but enduring, a faith that does not boast but stands firm, a peace that does not depend entirely on outward circumstances. When you are weak, I do not leave. It is precisely then that I draw even closer to lift you up. And from within that nearness, begin your prayer with love. Place the name of that loved one before me, not as a medical case, not as a worry, but as a person cherished by me. Ask me to cover them with tenderness, to give them strength each day, to illuminate the necessary decisions, to guide those caring for them, and to make their hearts steady in the storm. Ask me also to heal your family from tension, blame, cold silences, and unspoken fears. For many times, in the illness of one person, the whole family also needs to be touched by me. I want to bring restoration not only to a tired body, but to an entire home longing for peace. My beloved child, this is not the moment for despair to take the place of faith. This is the moment for hope to rise. Gently, but firmly. Let the words you speak carry life. Let your eyes carry support. Let your hands carry the warmth of love. Let your heart be anchored in me, even though you have not yet seen everything change immediately. Believe that I am still working in the depths. I am going before you, walking with you, and remaining behind to guard what you cannot guard by yourself. Do not be afraid like someone with no refuge. I am your Father, and I am covering you and your loved one with mercy that never runs dry. Breathe deeply, pray, love, care, and believe that in my hands, life can still be renewed, peace can still return, and light can still rise even in the days that seem darkest. I see the streams of thought trying to pull you away from the peace I am placing in your heart. I hear even the very small whispers of doubt. the quiet shadows of fear, and the waves of trembling that seem invisible but want to make you draw back. But my beloved child, remember this: no fear is greater than my power. No confusion is stronger than my spoken word. And no darkness can stand firm when my light begins to shine. So do not hurry away from this place in your mind. Do not let what you have not yet seen make you waver. And do not let outside voices overpower the gentle call I am placing deep within you. Come closer to me. Let my word become the lamp that lights each step, so you do not walk by worry, but by holy trust. You are in the continuation of something I have begun, and it is not accidental. There are moments that appear very ordinary on the outside, but in the spiritual realm, they are points where promise and fulfillment meet. The fact that you continue to listen is not a small thing. Your perseverance is becoming part of the mysterious flow I am carrying out. Each time you choose to stay instead of give up. Each time you choose faith instead of fear. Each time you open your heart instead of closing it. Something is being strengthened within you and through you. I do not hold you here by force, but by love. I do not call you to pay attention in order to burden you, but so you may recognize that in that very attentiveness, I am opening a path you have never seen before. The loved one in your family is not only covered by the visible efforts your eyes can see. Caring hands, medicina, advice, and the hurried steps of human beings all have their place. But I want you to know, there is also a deeper stream of strength being poured out. That strength does not come from panic, nor from your attempt to control everything, but from the quiet faith you offer before me, when you turn your heart toward me, when you place that loved one into my keeping, when you do not allow despair to take over your breath. You become a place I can use to transmit comfort, support, and healing. You are not alone in this burden, and the one you love has not been abandoned in their battle. Therefore, let your heart become still in me. Do not measure what I am doing only by the signs before your eyes, because there are transformations that begin in silence before they are revealed outwardly. There are rooms I enter before you realize it. There are weaknesses I am touching, fears I am soothing, doors of hope I am opening in places that seemed closed. Your presence in this moment is not meaningless. Your silent prayer does not fall into emptiness. Your small faith is not taken lightly before me. I am gathering each of these things, like precious drops of oil, to light a new flame within your family. Stand firm, my beloved child. Continue to place your heart in my light, because I am working through your gentle obedience in ways that, before long, you will understand more clearly. What you have not seen does not mean I have not acted. What you have not heard does not mean I am silent. What you have not touched does not mean the blessing is far away. I am near, closer than your breath, closer than the worry you are trying to hide, closer even than the tears you have not yet had time to shed. Respond with trust, with an open heart, with the affirmation that you still choose to stand on the side of hope. Say yes as a seal of faith, not because you have seen everything, but because you know I am still leading you